People ought not be so frightened of ghosts. They are merely talking shadows, chattering away endlessly about their past affairs. Let us have a modicum of patience for the richness and complexity of humanity. The wanton cruelty of the few is not worth our ire. He who wishes to peer into the abyss needs simply to wander through Nodcry on a misty night. The march of the wild hunt will be sure to drag him into the darkness. Be silent.
Ah, welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstadt? The Tumaini of Natlan? Or the great hero of Nodcry?
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since Nodcry, but it sounds like you've already heard about what went down.
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horse's mouth. My wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler, take a seat and tell me your tale. Amazing! Incredible! The Rahier of Solnari and the Doctor? Truly a tale for the ages! So, I'm guessing the Wild Hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the Rahier of Solnari?
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the Doctor, though.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved, Varka must be getting ready for the triumphant return of his expedition, right? I haven't seen him in the longest time. He must have so many—
Right! Paimon was wondering about that, too. He did call you Barbados. But weren't you still fast asleep back when he was in Mondstadt?
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside. It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
Huh! They must have been making quite a racket if it was enough to wake up the tone-deaf bard.
Yeah, it sounded kinda like—
Hey! Is that all you've got? Oh, bring it on!
like that.
Giving up already? You're not half as tough as Varka said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure. Now there's a sight I haven't seen in a while.
The bard in green clothes. Does this mean... Oh! You're Venti? I was just wondering how I was gonna track you down.
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair. You must be the honorary knight, and Paimon! The Grand Master talks about you all the time. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, Vice Captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius, and a member of the Expeditionary Force. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in Mondstadt. Hey, wait a second. We never saw you in Nodcry either.
That's probably because when the Wild Hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. I barely went back to base at all. Then, once the Wild Hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstadt. Mixed blessing, if you ask me. Sounds like I missed out on some serious action.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the Doctor. So, why did Varka send you back?
Deliver some letters. There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least 10 of them in total.
Jeez, how many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inefa, Lolan. He should just hire a full-time mailman already. In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go with Sir Writes-A-Lot.
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. So, tone-deaf or not, I wear the title of Bard with pride. And I consider Sir Writes-A-Lot to be quite a compliment.
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon should come up with some harder-hitting nicknames for these two.
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple looking for me, I assume he must have a letter for me, too. Am I right?
You sure are, to use the Grand Master's own words.
This one is for the Bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by Venti. Doesn't really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt, or maybe try your luck at the Thousand Winds Temple.
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, Ruin Guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it. So, I came right here the second I got back to Mondstadt.
That Varker is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be nearby.
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. But if I'm supposed to write back this time... Verka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you can head into
My thoughts exactly. Assuming I can find the way. Hopefully the roads haven't changed too much since the pre-expedition.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer?
Let's go! It's been a while since Paimon's done any...
Thank you so much, honorary knight. And you, Miss
The Abyss. Get home safe, Varka.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office. That would be terrible.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted.
Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. They're no real threat to us. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets, and then we will make our triumphant return! Try to keep up! Warrior sweeping in! Ha! Stormwind! On me!
Without the ray here of Sonari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their primal urge to destroy.
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of Nodcry will be able to deal with what's left.
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now is...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up ahead.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard. Leave the rest to me.
Yes, Grandmaster!
We meet again, Andreas.
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago? Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places to check. Maybe this will all go smoothly after all. It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too ostentatious. Might be better to go by...
Boreas.
Huh?
Injustice, corruption, iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever? Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight. That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home soon, so make sure to stock up on wine for the celebrations. P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily training. I'll be testing you all when I get back to make sure no one's regressed. P.P.S. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
That's all.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sir Writes-A-Lot is really living up to his name.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
Jean? Oh, yes. That's our Grand Master for you.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a letter for him as well.
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angel Share. Allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel. But I'd say there's a 50-50 chance he's...
Paimon bets there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter? And these other two as well!
Really? Oh, that would be a great help, thank you.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long journey. Please go get some rest.
Great, but I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver to Wolvendom. This one, I was planning on delivering personally. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas' trial. Well, with any luck, that wolf might be willing to reveal himself to me, too.
Very well, but please remember to show respect to the local wolves.
I will. Goodbye.
Honorary Knight, you're still here? Is it?
Huh? But Vark is coming back. The situation in...
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, it seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, be they the Wild Hunt or the Doctor. And yet, for some reason, I can't help but recall something the Grandmaster...
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead. I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they, too, need protecting. And some... well, some might not even want to be a knight yet. What's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my death. This is all just a contingency plan in the event that I'm unable to return. Until I return, I leave them in your care.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did. But he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the wolf spirit's recognition. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense.
Wolf spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfenden?
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is and the Knight of Boreas serves as Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt. But these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the...
Huh?
The Great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry. Although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, as such, this tale can only... The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives. I kept my speculations to myself, however. You experienced the turmoil caused by Dvalin.
No wonder Varga wasn't clear about his motive.
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. And as it turns out, the calamity born in the north wasn't... Yes, I completely agree. That even if his contingency plan never needs to be put...
That turned into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the Angel Share now.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients. How's that?
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years.
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential...
Kaya! Rosaria! Diluc! Paimon Nuke!
Looks like it's about to get...
A little liveliness never killed anyone.
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse for it. I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of...
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the great...
He nags like an old man. It's hardly
Huh? Drop what?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Varka came here. He, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened, and asked me to reconsider. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, right. Sounds like you skipped a lot of details. There's clearly more to it.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to reflect since then. But my answer remains unchanged. I'm not rejoining the Knights of Favonius. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright and honorable. I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep watch vigilantly.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of what you said. But don't you think someone can keep tabs on things from the inside?
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how free it may seem on the surface.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of the Church?
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the Church and not the Knights to begin with?
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways they have to protect their home, the better. Huh? Traveler?
My reply won't be a long one, as usual. I'm sure...
What should I report back? Public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild?
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you...
It's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work.
So you see what's really going on here? All three of us fell for that old rascal's scheme far too readily.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean? Was Varka lying in his letters then?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine, as was his offer to welcome Diluc back. There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished.
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait, and then we got caught up talking about—
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the night. Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name...
Yikes! Bloodstained Knight?
Well, apparently his original title was, but he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson. After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstadt and the Knight. It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what, but had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back. Perhaps. So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, after all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that, if so, why did Jean say that Boreas and... That's a great idea! Jean said he hasn't been showing himself much lately, but...
Close your eyes. Be silent. Do you fear the dark?
Scatter!
The show begins!
Spring force! Propagate! Surge!
The long sleep beckons.
Oh, are you alright? Oh no! What now? It better not be more. Phew. You scared.
Stop right there! Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait. What? Paimon passed a test? Really? Huh! She didn't even realize you were.
You may dispense with your a familiar.
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you, I guess I should apologize for doubting you. Just sure was. Fortunately, my experience in something seems wrong with that old wolf, though.
People ought not be so frightened of ghosts. They are merely talking shadows, chattering away endlessly about their past affairs. Let us have a modicum of patience for the richness and complexity of humanity. The wanton cruelty of the few is not worth our ire. People ought not be so frightened of ghosts. They are merely talking shadows, chattering away endlessly about their past affairs. Let us have a modicum of patience for the richness and complexity of humanity. The wanton cruelty of the few is not worth our ire. People ought not be so frightened of ghosts. They are merely talking shadows, chattering away endlessly about their past affairs. He who wishes to peer into the abyss needs simply to wander through Nodcry on a misty night. The march of the wild hunt will be sure to drag him into the darkness. Let us have a modicum of patience for the richness and complexity of humanity. The wanton cruelty of the few is not worth our ire. He who wishes to peer into the abyss needs simply to wander through Nodcry on a misty night. The march of the wild hunt will be sure to drag him into the darkness. People ought not be so frightened of ghosts. They are merely talking shadows, chattering away endlessly about their past affairs.
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so weak? Am I?
You are not to blame. With your Iron Claw, they followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect. We meet again, human Lupical.
So, are you saying that the wild hunt we just got attacked by came all the way from Nodcry to Mont?
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete, the source of this turmoil. I can sense it.
Huh? Now Paimon's even more confused. How can you be in two places at once?
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods. The Wolf King, Andrius, was particularly adept in this art. Otherwise, no remnants of his soul...
Huh? The bard's back?
Toadif Bard? What are you doing
here? Maybe the god of Animo guided me here. Who better than a bard to do the honors? Lord Boreas, do I have your blessing to share this?
As you wish.
Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the Seelie Hall. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city to the south. As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired, was the shelter he provided for humanity really any different from that given by the reclusive king in his tower? The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. There, in a palace long since abandoned by its former master, the great wolf closed his eyes and slept. 500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Seelie Hall, and awoke him at long last. The knight asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory. The gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea, split his soul into two halves and left his home once more. Seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, the aging Lupus Boreas turned to his friend, the god of Animo, and remarked, "So, this is the world the humans dreamed of." Though the knight's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose to bid farewell to his companion here. He had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted flowed into the land. Everything he was, he gave unto the world. Well, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord Boreas, is there anything you'd like to add?
There is no need for you to ask that question.
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstadt with that knight 1,000 years ago, and then, for the sake of the new Mondstadt, you...
You need not feel remorse on my account. That was my answer, my decision. If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained in Nodcry. I fear Andrius has not found peace in his heart even to this day. That is surely why those vile aberrations were able to exploit his...
But we followed Boreas' trail in Nodcry. We investigated and discovered no...
Andrius should still be slumbering by the... And there's more. I detect an...
Oh, the White Knight who became the Bloodstained Knight? The mightiest knight of Boreas? But wasn't he from 500 years ago?
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other of his kind. But before he severed his connection to Boreas, his final destination, it was the ancient kingdom of Conria, as you call it. Beyond that, I know not if he lived or died.
If you want to get to the bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make another trip to Nodcry yourselves. As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now. If you ask him nicely, he might give you a lift. That could save you a lot of time on the road.
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's presence.
If even Mondstadt has been affected by the fallout, Nodcry must be in real trouble by now. I hope Varka can handle it.
Varka? Is he in danger? I
believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room.
Alright, wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight Nodcry's battles. I'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that try harassing Mondstadt. It'll be a good chance.
I stay in Mondstadt too. With Traveler's help.
Razor, give me your iron claw. Golden-haired traveler, give this token to... It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power and thoughts. Though I have given...
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his...
But human hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf to prevent the entanglement of soul. Although, truth be told, the great wolf king of the north remains strong.
I will protect Lupakal.
Just give me the word whenever you're ready. Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll prop the soul of a wolf is as unyielding as ice, but human hearts and flesh cannot. That's why Lupus Boreas developed the... In fact, there's an ancient song that tells this tale. A weapon once of common iron, now through friendship turned divine. Twixt man and wolf a bond was made, a power born within. As much as he might claim not... Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. The root of this turmoil lies with the remnants. He once left Nodcry and... Instead, he returned to... When the wolf spirit could no... Any questions before you set off? Better... 500 years ago, Roland seemed destined to become the might. He believed firmly in his own idea. Neither his mentor, the wolf... But what was the scent that... Any questions before you set off? Better ask... All right. Over to you, Dvalin!
The Knight of Boreas awaits below. We must part ways here. Barbatos and I have other plans. We will meet you again later.
Alright! Hey, wait! How are we getting down?
Hold the line! The enemy's on the brink of collapse!
Grandmaster!
Haha! Reinforcements! It's about time! we're just about hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taken care of now. Their leader's gonna have fight or flight. What will it be, mightiest knight of—
As expected, this hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but they have served their purpose. Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas. Whether you choose to resist me or not, I shall set right the injustices of this world. In the name of the blood-stained—
Guess they're retreating.
So that Wolf of the North look-alike, that was Andreas? But, forget that. We can save the details for later. He was the enemy boss, right?
There's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blade. True. We're still not certain of his killing him. The difficult part is, we can't kill him right now.
Huh? What do you mean?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, but compared to Rerir, our current— Exactly. Sounds like I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Durin are analyzing. We still have some big challenges ahead before—
The meeting's probably gonna be in the biggest tent, right? Looks like a bunch of people are there already. Why don't we go chat with them?
Hey, good to see you again. She went to see Lao.
That means
They're keeping a... Oh, yeah. Huh, you know something?
Hey, Honorary Knight. Looks like pretty much everyone's here. Albedo and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. Great. While we're waiting... And that's where things stand. The Wild Hunt is no longer under the Reich of Solnari. Intel from the Frost Moon Scions and the Curatorium of Secrets corroborates this. No disturbances have been detected in the space where Rerir resides.
Summarizing current situation. To confirm, the present leader of the Wild Hunt is the creature resembling...
More precisely, it's the external will that has seized control.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I'm completely lost. Isn't Roland... How'd he suddenly get wrapped up with a god from 1,000...
Allow us to explain that part. Are you familiar with compensation mechanisms? When an organism sustains damage, relevant tissues will undergo changes to offset the loss of function. For example, when one kidney is damaged, the other will be strengthened to compensate. Similarly, when the Wild Hunt lost their leader, the Abyss harnessed the memories. That new leader is a mirror image of Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Right. No matter how strong the compensation is, it will never— The Roland replica can't possibly imitate Rerir's overwhelm. So, the Abyss made use of the connection between Roland and Boreas to compensate for this lack of power.
The replica corrupted and took control of Andreas as he slumped. However, exactly why the Abyss chose Roland to...
I guess he must have gotten caught up with the Abyss or Nodcry somehow during his wanderings through Tevat.
Okay, Paimon gets all that, but what did you mean when you...
We can't kill him right now because a dead god from intelligence gathered during the expedition. We have reason to believe worse still. The wrath that remains after a god's passing becomes a source of endless turmoil. Once God remains contaminate this land has already been ravaged by the Wild Hunt. If we add God...
Query. While I can indeed in that land, the passing of the Pyro Archon's flame is...
Great question. Glad you asked. Honorary Knight, you said Lupus Boreas gave you a token to pass... Come forth, Boreas!
This form has come to the end of its time. I'm afraid my soul will fall into silence, and my do not grieve for me. For
You saw it too. You must have keen powers of perception. Not that it surprises me. That was Boreas's final thoughts before merging with the ley lines. It's the reason Mondstadt remains unharmed. In his final moments, he made a choice to give everything he was to the ley.
Sounds like Andrea spent thousands of years searching for his place in the world.
Yes. And now our task is to return the answer he found. Only then can he break free from the corruption and control of the Abyss, and make that decision once more.
I see. I would say that planting thoughts inside the mind.
Wait, we already have a perfect
Ha ha ha. If only it were that simple. We need to find a way to make the thought within.
For now, Boreas needs all his remaining strength to fight it. However, since his form was if we can collect those fragments, we can use.
So we need to retrace his steps?
You don't need to worry about that. There's a few fragments left to gather in Nodcry. Most of them are already inside this sword. I've been collecting them during the whole expedition.
Huh? Wait.
I mean, it's an expedition, not a stroll in the park. Not just the wild hunt in the Abyss.
Sounds like this plan was a long time in the...
As a matter of fact, I did. Still, all I foresaw was that an abyssal... Instead, we've had to make... Sure is. Just one crucial step remains. We need to gather the last few wolf spirit... According to what Boreas told me before we left. But of course, we've been tied...
Okay. So 3 more minutes.
I managed to gather one fragment before Roland... As for the third fragment, the final snag is that since our... He too will be...
With our foe being from Mondstadt, it's our duty as Mondstadt...
And since the wild hunt is involved, the light...
The Clink Clink Crumbkake craft shop.
So what do they need me here for? Wait, I think maybe I signed a contract at some point.
Ah, great. Knew I could count.
So, you'll be darting back and forth across the battlefield, dodging the wild hunt and the...
Rating for Yehoda updated.
Darn it! I shouldn't...
I'll deal with the second wolf spirit fragment, which we already know the location of. The moment you make any progress with Fragment 3, be sure to give me an update. Traveler, could you join me in retrieving Fragment 2? I have a feeling that your unique constitution might come in handy. All right, time is of the essence. Let's move out, people.
Didn't you say Fragment 2 was supposed to be right here? Where the heck is it?
Seems like we've run into a slight hindrance. Can I leave this to you, Honorary Knight? Traveler, Paimon, when this is all over, I'm gonna invite you around for a drink of...
Whoa, whoa! Stop thinking about Mondstadt's wine and keep your head in the game! You can't be daydreaming about alcohol before a battle!
Huh?
Is this what we're looking for?
I once got Boreas to explain to me how he stores his soul inside objects. All I need to do is transfer it to my... just like back at the camp. But this time, you'd best step back a bit.
So, you're saying you don't know how to love people, and you don't understand human love either.
Why do you laugh?
Sorry, I just think the fact you're ruminating on this is all the proof you need that you have love in your heart. I have a funny feeling that by the time this journey ends, you'll have found your own answer to the question of how to love.
No, you're wrong. There is no redemption at the end of this path. Even if I am stained black with blood, my conscience will remain as white as snow. If pledging allegiance to the Abyss is the only way to sever the injustice of fate, then I shall serve in its name.
Ugh! Oh, sure enough. This place has been corrupted by Roland's will. Whew. I'm fine. I was prepared for this. It wasn't enough to pose a serious threat. We got here just in time. The fragment hasn't been fully corrupted yet. Assuming we can undo the damage, it should still be usable. Purifying the abyssal corruption would definitely... Could you try reversing the corruption?
So, keep the...
Firstly, to test whether it's possible. And secondly, to view Roland's... Let me think. How was it explained to me? Ah, yes. Ha 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 ha! Actually, neither do I.
Huh. Sounds like something a certain tone-deaf bard would come up with when he can't think of anything meaningful to say.
I thought it might mean something to you. Never mind. I'll explain. Traveler, when you were in Natland, you went fishing for ancient names, correct? If I'm not mistaken, the Night Kingdom was like a...
Okay, but back then, we had a boat.
This wolf spirit fragment...
Thoughts and emotions are like interwoven threads. They can create a net, or they can create... Thought is the anchor for a being's existence, through which emotions are drawn forth.
Also, we barely know anything about Roland.
Well, maybe you could try this.
What is it? It looks old.
It's an unsent letter, written by the wolf pup Rostam, Knight of Boreas, from 500 years ago. It was meant for his disciple, the White Knight Roland. After Rostam lost his life in the Abyssal Calamity, Roland left but trying to track Roland down was like chasing a shadow.
Quite the antique, then. Hey, what happened to Mr. Plans for every
Now, what can I say? Some people like to wait till they've got all their ducks in a row before taking the first step, but I prefer to dive on in and plan as I go. I've been doing it that way for the whole expedition. But anyway, don't they say that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts? Can't hurt to give it a try, surely. Whoa. It actually worked?
You really are making this up as you go along!
So the assimilation of souls really can be reversed. Just like he said.
If what you say is true, the monsters I've slain, a great and ancient kingdom was wrongfully cursed. The code of chivalry tolerates not. If Abyss be thy name, I pledge to you.
And that is where the blood-stained knight's tale came to an end. With that, he bade his humanity farewell. I dare say you must find it.
That I... Dainsleif? No. Who bore a striking resentment while we gazed into the past. He was gazing right back at us. Could it be? So that's what happened. After leaving Mondstadt, once he had learned of Conria's fate, he saw the gods judge, giving them his knowledge, his power.
Uh-oh! Does this mean we have to take on the...
I'm inclined to agree. If our enemy could see the future, but even without the Visionary's input, Roland still has an intel advantage we can't afford to under. Every minion of the Wild Hunt serves as Roland's eyes and ears. And on that note, I have a plan I want to discuss with... Well, the fewer people who know, the less likely it is to get... That about covers it. Sorry to ask so much of you again. No plan is free of risks. If I fail, Anselm and Albedo...
Oh, there has to be another way!
If only there were. But I don't think our enemy will give us enough time to find one.
Hey! Are you guys done here yet?
Ah, Yehoda! Yes, we've successfully retrieved the...
Nope! It's a total disaster! More Wild Hunt monsters than I've seen in my whole...
Come on, we're out of time. You'll just have to trust me on this one. What can I say? I'm not the Grand Master for nothing. I'm counting on you, Honorary Knight. Fill me in. What's the situation?
We ran into resist...
Good call. Locating the wolf spirit
well, it seems the enemy... Before we ran into trouble, this is the the two teams are holed up here and here.
But the Wild Hunt is stopping them from relaying messages.
We can't spare troops from...
The logistics company is standing...
Hanefa!
Designated drop point reached. The logistics company was...
Amazing. Just in the...
Hey, seeing as you can...
I regret to say that without the workshop, the logistics company has very...
Both. Once one team...
It's the Wild Hunt! Come on, let's go help!
Something's not right. The Wild Hunt's offensive doesn't seem to be getting any weaker as the battle goes on. Are they getting reinforcements from somewhere? Don't get dragged into the enemy's rhythm. Logistics company, scout out the area. Look for terrain we can use to our advantage.
Yes, sir!
Reporting in, sir. We've identified viable sites for deploying explosives.
Good. Wait for my signal.
Logistics company, deploy!
Grandmaster! Honorary Knight! Goodness you're here.
Be careful. There's no end to these monsters. However many we kill, more keep coming.
Just as I thought. Well, they're about to get a shock to the system. We'll wipe them out faster than they can replenish their numbers. We just have to hold on until the logistics company is ready. Is that the signal to say they're ready? It's showtime! Fall back!
Yes, sir!
Flash! Up the ante! Burn! Flash! on me! Maria sweeping in! Ready, fire! The enemy has sustained heavy casualties. Should use this time to...
Yes, sir. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment.
That's not exactly very narrow.
We split the search area.
Either way, I was about to go lend...
Absolutely.
We've run. We'll stay here now that they've lost their numerical.
Ugh. Looks like the same situation here. They just keep coming, wave after wave.
Reinforcements. Hey, you keep them busy while we work on getting rid of this god-awful mist.
Understood. Everyone got that? It's up to us to hold them off.
Yes, sir!
Shred 'em! Hey, they're running out of steam. Now's your chance.
Affirmative. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's their source. It was hidden in the mist.
Knights of Favonius, charge!
Ooh, I'm glad that's finally over.
Brave knights, on behalf...
There's no need to be so formal.
Very well. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this zone here.
Yes! Now it feels like we're finally closing in on our target.
I'll say. We're sure to face fierce resistance from the Wild Hunt, though. Is everyone willing to keep fighting with us?
It would be our pleasure, Mr. Varka.
Much obliged. All right, the target is just up ahead. Move out! The hiding in the mist trick again. These guys must be easily amused. You all know the drill. The Knights of Favonius will engage the enemy while the Lightkeepers dispel the mist. Everyone, follow my signals.
Yes, sir!
Lightkeepers, prepare to dispel the mist.
Knights of Favonius, charge!
Shred 'em! Burn! Up the ante! Maria sweeping in!
Time to counterattack!
Shred 'em! Thunder! Trying to keep up!
Rally to the Grandmaster! Charge!
Up the ante! Ugh! This wild hunt doesn't know when to give up!
Mr. Varka.
Just like last time.
Don't underestimate us, Grandmaster. We can hold our own.
Ha! That's the spirit. Stay on your toes and make the Knights of Favonius proud. Either we all march back to Mondstadt to... The final fragment is right there. Don't let me down. On me.
It seems you have collected them all, Knight of Boreas.
Yeah, and with no corrupted fragments or ambushes along the way. I have to commend your chivalry, Sir Roland.
A true knight does not resort to underhanded tactics. Were this body not a false one created by the Wild Hunt, nor would I countenance those monsters to taint our duel with their presence. If you need a moment to rest, take it. Victory will be mine, regardless of whether the path to it is the one I would wish for.
Save your breath. If you want to fight, let's fight!
As you wish. Then let us settle our unfinished duel. Here and...
Is everyone all right?
My granny fights better than these rookies. It's...
For a moment there.
Hey, stay put, you guys. Leave the rest to us.
Forget us. We can take care of ourselves.
You're the only one still standing. Honorary Knight?
We can't lose our Varka! Please! You have to find him.
You're holding back, Knight of... This duel does no justice to the way of... Your plan is doomed to fail.
You're on...
Andreas's question, Boreas's answer, though the false path may be why. It's over. Your sword lies shattered. The wolf spirit and the thoughts you blindly placed your faith in have nowhere left to dwell. Join me and pledge your allegiance to the Abyss, Knight of Boreas. One day you will understand that the only righteous path for those of true virtue is the path of darkest.
For the next part, it's over to you. Outlander who caught the wind. The sword is unbroken, but I can't sense the... Looks like I'm no longer in reality. There's no way back. And all the light... Huh. Guess... Huh? A Favonius sword? Who left this here?
Lonely warrior, take me to see him.
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. I have aided the oppressed and righted many wrongs. I have slain sinners and delinquents. I have slaughtered tyrants and demons. But however mighty one's blade, before the great injustice of fate, a mere mortal can but bow their head. There is only one way to save them.
Who are you really trying to convince? Is this the fairest shadow?
the title of Boreas must find an heir.
On me! The scent that reeks of blood appears to be getting stronger. Looks like I can just jump right over these obstacles. Ah. Ooh.
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. Even the most fearless hero cannot fight what fate has ordained. And even the holiest god cannot escape the shackles that bind them. Lupus Boreas, if you still harbor love for humanity, then you must surely know. There has only ever been one way to save them from injustice. Surrender to the Abyss.
Malicious lies! Stormwind! Stormwind! On me!
Huh? Yeah.
Stormwind! On me! Maria sweeping in! Stormwind! Stormwind!
Yeah.
Maria sweeping in!
My old friend.
This is not where your path ends. You must continue on.
On me! This wind feels less than welcoming. I'd better take shelter. Try to keep up! can't hide from it!
You must deliver it. Your path cannot end here. Huh? You draw near to the heart of the wolf.
Even if you had an army of 10,000 men, in the end, you must face this fight alone. Lonely warrior. Step forward.
Here.
Is this the heart of the wolf? Roland!
After countless bloody battles, trials, tribulations, and hardships, I, with my mortal flesh and blade, attained power to rival that of the gods. But you know better than I that a mortal's prime is fleeting. In 5 years, maybe 10, age will snatch your strength. The power you take such pride in will fade to naught, disappearing like dust in the wind. Your fame will be as fleeting as firewood beneath the starry sky, lit at dusk, dead by dawn, utterly insignificant.
Oh yeah? Be that as it may, the fires that burn down here blaze more brilliantly than the light of 1,000 stars.
They blaze for but a moment. 100 years from now, your earthly flame will be long snuffed out. And those you once illuminated will be left cowering in the cold and empty night.
Ha! No. They'll remember me in 100 years, just as I remember all of you from centuries ago. That's the thing about firewood. From the embers of a dying flame, a new fire arises, burning bigger and brighter than ever before.
Knight's duty is to save others, not demand things from them. How can one call themselves a knight while placing their hopes in generations to come?
Well, as long as I put an end to you here and now, I won't need to rely on anyone else. Now, show yourself, Roland!
Put an end to me? Your body and mind are already at the limit of what they can bear. It is only a matter of time before they yield and crumble. But if this is your final request... I shall do as you wish. Knight of Boreas.
Huh. You're not quite how I imagined you. You don't seem half as crazed as the memories contained in the wolf spirit.
Not once have I strayed from the righteous path, But when I look at you, I do not see a hero capable of slaying dragons. Just a lost soul who has wandered far too long. A shadow of the knight you once were.
I guess we have that much in common. Neither of us are at our peak.
The Rayhir of Solmari's forces have been defeated. And the Roland you see is but an imperfect image cast by the Abyss. I wield the power that Roland did at his peak, but my heart and mind remain frozen in that blood-stained moment. Therefore, I, in my current form, am flawed. A knight cannot bear their own stagnation. After redeeming you from injustice, and guiding your surrender to the Abyss, I shall rectify myself, and continue to follow the knight.
Huh. The world out there can...
No words can make a knight doubt his... Otherwise, why would you pin on? But now the blade that once housed the wolf, you no longer have the means to change.
Huh. Maybe you're partly right. But I think I might just have a shot at a rescue.
What do you mean?
There's only one person's mind I need to change, and it isn't yours. Forgetting where we are? This is the heart of Andrias, god of the North Wind. Andrias! Can you hear me? Wake up! You are the great god of the North Wind! How long will you allow yourself to suffer the domination of the Abyss?
If this is your final gambit, grand displays of heartfelt wish. Return. Return to... Is this the answer that I've...
Andrias, at long last. On behalf of all humanity, I thank you, Lord of Wolves.
Boreas is returning to the ley lines. But why? Your sword is broken. You no longer have the means to bear his soul.
Begging for miracles is a futile endeavor. I know better than that, but a sword is just one kind of vessel. There are other ways to store a soul.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their...
Even if it is not my intention, the soul of Lup...
If a mortal heart is to bear the soul...
Your heart, your soul...
You were wondering how a lamb... Here's my answer. You get the wolf to swallow the heart.
The wolf spirit within the sword to avoid arousing...
Compared to Lupus Boreas...
You have a stubborn... Your soul is now... Neither Barbados... You have lost. And so have I. Regrettably... may your soul rest in peace with Boreas.
Haha! Lol, sorry to disappoint you. The fact is that, unlike the true Roland of the past, I still have fine wine and good friends to get back to. They're looking forward to my triumphant return. I'm not ready to accept my fate just yet.
Ding dong! You've got mail!
Until I return, I leave them in your care. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you. Come on, to Mondstadt!
Dear Grandmaster.
To Varka. To Varka.
Family.
No pig call.
Poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. Make sure they all get delivered, Outlander who caught the wind.
Grandmaster.
Master.
Varka.
Go Varka! Hey, Sarai!
For Varka.
The thoughts of others anchor you, reversing the assimilation. Using your connections, relying on outside help. This is not the way of a knight. The Abyss can sustain me no longer. But now, countless souls who died unjustly will emerge to prevent your return. If you believe in your path, then grant them release. Carve your way out through bloodshed. Varka, mightiest knight of Boreas.
This is how it ends. Throw the plan out of the window. Fight my way to victory. Well, that suits me just fine!
A knight is always true to their word. So please, keep your promise and return victorious.
You are not alone. Right back at you, Varka.
Boreas sweeping in!
The north wind blows southward. Guide you on your journey home.
On me. Try to keep up!
Leave it all to me.
Try to keep up! On me. On me.
There's an ice-cold drink with your name on it. Ready when you are.
Don't go dying in a place like this, Varka.
Off the ante! That's gonna leave a scar. Thunder! Got a bit too cocky. I can't fall here. Ugh. On me!
Here.
Fly home to us, Grandmaster!
Stormwind!
Spread your wings and soar toward a new dawn.
Fate's chosen alpaca.
Maria sweeping in! Off the engine!
Here.
On me!
Off the engine!
One final battle!
Walk forward and do not look back.
Varka, now I know the meaning of my name.
After the lengths you've made everyone go for you, you'd better make sure to thank us all properly when you get back.
You know, I have a lot of things to update you on. But they can wait until you're back.
I have no intention of returning to the Knights of Favonius. But I trust you will find a way to manage on your own.
Grandmaster, we're all waiting for you.
Oh. I'm not doing too bad a job as Grandmaster, am I? I'll take that silence as your approval. Everything you swore to protect with your lives, it's all still here, safe and sound. The Knights of Favonius, Mondstadt, and the oath sworn by every knight. I'll protect them all with my life. And so, I'll deliver that letter on your behalf. I know it's just a shadow of the real Roland, but if you have the time, could you please read it for him? Rostam and Arundelen, they never forgot you. Phew. This has been one long expedition. From here on out, I think I'll let the wind lead. Hey, everyone. It's been a mighty long time. I'm thrilled to see you all again.
Welcome back, Grandmaster.
Yeah, I'm home. It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. The sword was just a decoy. I carried his sword. The second half, though.
All jokes aside.
Initially, turns out our trust. Then, I guess we'd have had to get Barbados to send a wind to blow me back home. But it would have come at a heavy price.
You're dreaming if you...
It's been a while since I felt... Well, with a few nights will remain. Albedo and Duran will come back. It's been a while since I felt my future. Huh. You. Correct. Although, still, after I've tied... Besides, the first group...
Ah, how noble. But be honest. Wait, seriously?
I'm only... it's been a while since I felt this. All right, then. I'm gonna stay here.